very excited to be here, but I'm also excited for everyone to go home. So I will try and go as quickly as possible through this presentation. So as the councilman mentioned, I've been helping manage the Herman Kiefer development process. This is a large hospital complex right off the lodge in kind of the northern part of District 5. It's also surrounded by 3 public school buildings, and all of these buildings, it's about 11 structures in total, were RFP'd over 2 years ago now. I think 6 months after that RFP went out, we chose a developer based in New York. The main architect and developer's name is Ron Castellano. I think many of you have actually met him in community meetings that we've had over the past 18 months. This project was approved by City Council, I believe about 7 or 8 months ago. We've been kind of going through due diligence, working through a few legal issues, and there's actually a signed document on my desk, so we are moving forward with it. Just to give an overview for folks who aren't as familiar, that this is an aerial view of the hospital complex and the schools and a portion of the neighborhood in the area. And the main idea for the project is, one, of course, to rehabilitate and save the Herman Kiefer Hospital Complex and those schools. I think about 3 years ago, the thought was to demolish those buildings because they were vacant and abandoned. And so this developer has come in, he's done a significant amount of work in New York, and just for a sense of, think of the buildings inside the Herman Kiefer Hospital Complex, even though the city has been providing security, there's still been a significant amount of deterioration. So it's really important to get someone in who can secure these buildings as quickly as possible. And these are the 3 schools around the Herman Kiefer complex as well. So Ron Castellano, he's based in New York, but is moving to actually has a house in the neighborhood around Herman Kiefer. He's done a lot of historic preservation in New York and a lot of placemaking. So the Hester Street Market, it is a street fair that incubates small businesses, and he wants to kind of bring that idea of both the historic preservation and the activation of open space to Herman Kiefer. There is 800,000 square feet in these buildings, so there's room for a mix of uses. So the actual plan is not set yet. We'll actually be starting community engagement soon and creating a neighborhood advisory committee over this summer. Sorry?
Who created that?
We will be creating.
Oh, it will be created.
But it was actually done at the behest of your councilwoman here, who wanted to make sure, who wanted to ensure that there was really formal community engagement, not just community meetings, but there was an actual body representative of the neighborhood who would be at the table working with us as we work with the developer to bring these beautiful buildings back. So thank you, Councilman, for your leadership on that front and reminding me. So again, very large building. There will be a mix of uses. We've not decided how they will be used yet. That will be done in conjunction with the community and the city, the council, and the developer. So the current thought is, of course, recreation space, cultural space, community space, residential opportunities, as well as commercial space. I know Ron is very interested in trying to bring as many new businesses and jobs into the area and the buildings as possible. So for example, so the goal right now, the timeline will be, they will be boarding up the schools which are vacant right now and open to trespass before August 1. We'll be starting the community engagement process and forming that council, the neighborhood council this summer. The deal will hopefully actually financially close in the fall, probably in September. Once that happens, they're going to start basically securing all of the buildings, starting some of the pre-engineering work. And actually, they've committed to boarding up all of the vacant homes in the neighborhood as well, surrounding the Herman Kiefer complex. So part of it is, in that first year, activating the open spaces, kind of recreating some of those recreational amenities for kids in the neighborhood, really bringing people back onto the site that has been kind of left abandoned for several years now. And this is that neighborhood area where they'll be actually boarding up all the vacant homes and working with community groups to help rehabilitate those homes as well. So it's really a holistic revitalization effort for the actual structures, plus really planning for the neighborhood. They'll be working directly with our planning department to kind of figure out a holistic vision for that neighborhood and the Virginia Park neighborhood in general. That, again, will be done in conjunction with the planning department, the developer, the neighborhood council that will be forming, as well as other community groups and stakeholders as well. So again, the program is very wide. It's a lot of space to fill. It's a large neighborhood. There's a lot of potential, but we'll be kind of coming to the community to help figure out, you know, what the community needs, what the community wants, what's financially feasible, and what we can kind of do together. So That's all I have. If there are any questions, I'd be more than
Stay around
happy.
for a second.
I will stay around as long as the councilman asks me.
Thank you, thank you. And again, just the